How long have you been learning English? You've memorized tons of words, studied grammar, watched movies. But still, when it's time to say even a simple sentence, your tongue just freezes? Take it easy, it's not your fault. It's the method you've been taught, full of input, with almost zero real output. A method that forced you to memorize vocabulary and study grammar endlessly, but never really helped you use the language or speak it. If you got $1 every time you froze in an English conversation, you'd probably be a millionaire by now. But you're not after money. You're after finally being able to speak English with ease. The good news? This video is exactly here to show you how. A real method for 100% immersion and engagement with the language. So my friend, if you're serious about starting real conversations, this video is made just for you. If you've taken tons of classes and spent so much time learning, but your speaking, listening, and writing still haven't improved, the problem is probably with the method you're using. Maybe you still haven't discovered the input-output system, or you just don't know how to use it the right way. In this video, I want to show you a super practical method that even works if you only have a little time each day. With this method, you can actually learn the language and truly make progress. And what do I mean by progress? I mean being able to speak, write, and produce language yourself, not just read something and barely understand it. What's this method called? It's a completely natural and proven technique. Input and output. Are you ready to unlock real fluency in a new language? Then come with me. Let's begin. Why is the input-output method the key to real language mastery? You might be wondering, what is this method and why is it so different from everything else? The secret is in how simple and natural it is. Think about kids for a second. How do they learn their native language? Do they sit down and memorize grammar rules first? Never. They spend months and years just listening and absorbing, and only then do they slowly start imitating and speaking. The input-output method follows that exact same natural path, but in a smart and structured way, designed for adults. Think of your brain as a container for language. Input is the water that fills it up. Output is using that water, drinking from it. If the container isn't full, there's nothing to use. Input. Your brain's main fuel for language. Means anything you receive from the language, mostly through listening and reading. Think of it like feeding your brain with language data. The more high-quality input you give it, the richer and stronger your internal language bank becomes. Why is input so essential? Input is like the backbone of your fluency. Just like a child who can never speak without hearing and seeing first, consistent and proper input gives your brain all the information it needs. So when it's time to speak or write, you already have a rich and ready database to pull from. Input helps you understand the natural structure of the language, not just dry grammar rules, but how real sentences are formed in the real world. Get familiar with different accents and styles, so you won't be surprised by how people speak, and you'll understand them more easily. Learn vocabulary and expressions in real context. No more boring word lists. You learn each word inside real sentences and real situations. Stay motivated through interesting content. When you're reading or listening to stuff you actually like, learning doesn't feel like a chore, it feels like fun. How to maximize your input. The most important thing about input is consistent exposure to the language. This is what we call comprehensible input, language that you can understand, but that still challenges you a bit. It shouldn't be so simple that it bores you. A little struggle is what helps your brain grow. Some golden input techniques. Active listening, not just hearing, but really focusing. Find podcasts at your level. Start with podcasts made for language learners. Later move on to podcasts by native speakers. Watch movies and TV shows in English. Begin with subtitles in English, then gradually remove them. That way you learn while having fun. Follow educational videos and real news. These are great sources for learning new vocabulary and expressions in real-world settings. Listen for patterns in real conversations. Don't just listen passively. Look for repeating sentence structures and common phrases. Reading real content. Bring your eyes into the game too. Read books, articles, and news in English. Start with simple children's books, then move on to more advanced stories and articles. Check out social media posts and comments. These are amazing for learning casual language and current expressions. Extract key points and take notes. Don't just read, write down the things that matter. It helps them stick in your memory. Spaced repetition for words and phrases, this method is magic. Use apps like Anki or Quizlet. These tools use smart algorithms to show you words right before you forget them, helping you remember them for the long term. Learn words in full sentences. Never memorize a word alone. Try to see it in several different sentences and use it yourself. Active review when you see a word, don't just stare at it. Try to recall its meaning or usage. That's what makes it stick. Great resources for powerful input. Surround yourself with English. To keep your input high quality and consistent, you'll need some great resources. The good news. There are tons of free and excellent ones out there. Let's explore one of the best. 1. VOA Learning English. Voice of America, Learning English section. Quick explanation. VOA Learning English is a special program from Voice of America Radio and TV, designed to help English learners around the world. It uses a simplified version of English, spoken at 1/3 the normal speed, and includes around 1,500 core words, plus essential vocabulary for explaining news and events. Features. This service delivers real news and reports in simpler language and at a slower pace, making it perfect for intermediate to advanced learners. You can benefit from radio programs. Radio programs, like As It Is, Words and Their Stories. Videos, like Everyday Grammar TV, English in a Minute. News articles. Real stories in slow and simple English. All to improve your listening, vocabulary, and grammar. Stay updated with world events. VOA is available on both their official website and mobile apps. 2. BBC Learning English. Quick description. BBC Learning English has been active since 1943 and is one of the most respected and long-standing free English learning resources in the world. It's part of the BBC World Service and provides educational content for students and teachers globally. Features. Short podcasts. Like 6-Minute English. The English We Speak. Grammar and vocabulary videos. Listening and speaking exercises. The content is well organized by level from beginner to advanced, and most of it includes audio files, transcripts, and interactive exercises. To access the content on these websites, simply search for BBC Learning English or VOA Learning English on Google or any other search engine to navigate to their homepage. VOA versus BBC Learning English compared. Both are excellent and free resources that help boost your listening and reading through real-world content. But there are a few key differences. Accent. VOA focuses more on American English, while BBC naturally teaches British English. So if you're aiming for a specific accent, you can choose based on that. Speed. VOA uses slower speech and a more limited vocabulary, which is great for lower intermediate learners. BBC also offers slower-paced content, but overall it provides more variety in speed and accent, making it useful for a wider range of learners. Content focus. Both cover current events and real-world topics. VOA leans more towards American culture and news, while BBC offers a broader global and cultural perspective, with more creative and fun formats at times. Recommendation. Try both platforms and see which one matches your learning style and personal interests better. 3. Duolingo. For both input and output practice. Quick description. Duolingo is one of the world's most popular language learning apps, using game-like features to make learning fun and engaging. Features. You can learn languages through short and engaging exercises. It's especially useful for beginners to memorize vocabulary and basic grammar. It also has a web version and is great for staying motivated with daily practice. 4. British Council Learn English. Quick description. The British Council is the UK's international organization for cultural relations and educational opportunities. Their Learn English website offers high-quality English learning resources all for free. Features. They provide programs for all ages and levels, from games and stories for kids, Learn English Kids, to professional resources for adults. It includes grammar and vocabulary practice, reading and listening sections, and even mini quizzes to check progress. 5. TED Talks. Quick description. TED offers short, inspiring talks by global experts in science, tech, art, and more. Features. It's amazing for improving listening skills and expanding your academic and professional vocabulary. Most videos have multi-language subtitles and you can choose topics based on your interests and level. TED is an excellent source of higher-level comprehensible input. 6. YouTube channels. Quick description. YouTube offers rich English learning content through dedicated channels. Features. You can learn from channels like English with Lucy, British Accent and Tips, Learn English with Papa Teach Me, Fun and Clear Explanations, Rachel's English, American Pronunciation. All offer free, practical video lessons to improve your speaking and listening. These are great for learning pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, and even for learning through vlogs and real interviews. Output. When your knowledge comes to life. Output refers to everything you actively produce in the language, that is, speaking and writing. If input is like filling up a container, output is like drinking from it. It allows you to put everything you've learned into practice and truly cement it in your brain. Why is output so important? Output isn't just a measure of how much you know. It's also a powerful learning tool on its own. When you consistently produce the language, you activate your knowledge. What was once passive information in your brain now becomes usable and active. You recognize your weaknesses. By speaking or writing, you can clearly see where you struggle and what needs more practice. Your fluency and confidence grow. Every time you succeed in expressing something correctly, your self-confidence rises. You deepen your memory. Producing language helps lock it into your long-term memory better than just passively receiving it. You engage multiple senses and truly live the language. It's no longer just theory, it becomes a real, personal experience. How to activate your output. To avoid letting your input go to waste, you need to use it. And don't worry about making mistakes, it's part of the process. Daily speaking practice. Talk to yourself. Sounds strange, but it's one of the most effective techniques. Speak in front of a mirror or have inner dialogues in your target language. Speak with friends or language partners, find someone who's also learning or a native speaker. Practice together and learn from each other. Join speaking groups or clubs, whether in your city or online. Conversation groups offer a safe and friendly space to talk. Creative writing. Start a daily journal. Even just a few sentences a day about your day or thoughts can be great practice. Summarize or write short stories. After reading or listening to something, try writing a summary or even a short creative story. Post on social media in your target language. Leave comments, write short posts. It's a fun and real-world way to practice writing. Role-playing. Practice real-life scenarios. For example, ordering food, meeting a friend, or going for a job interview. Do this with a partner or even on your own in front of a mirror. Voice recording and self-assessment. Record yourself speaking. Read a paragraph out loud or talk about a topic for a minute. Listen back to your recordings. This helps you spot pronunciation issues, awkward pauses, or weak areas to improve on. Mini projects. Prepare a short presentation, Choose a topic you like and create a 10-minute talk in your target language. Create a short article or video. These kinds of projects let you use multiple skills, writing, speaking, organizing ideas, all at once. Input plus output synergy equals real fluency. The real magic of this method lies in the continuous and smart combination of input and output. Input gives you the raw materials, while output helps you process and refine them. The richer your input, the easier and more natural your output will become. They're like two sides of the same coin, incomplete without each other. Hybrid techniques for full mastery. Summarizing. After reading or listening to something, try to retell the main ideas in your own words, in the target language. This boosts both comprehension and your ability to express yourself. Question and answer practice. Create a few questions about what you've learned and then answer them yourself. This helps solidify the information in your mind. Shadowing technique. Repeat sentences along with a native speaker. It's great for improving pronunciation, intonation and rhythm, like following their shadow. Bilingual scheduling. Make a calendar and assign specific times for practicing each skill, input and output. For example, input in the mornings, output in the afternoons. Thematic grouping. Learn words and phrases related to a specific topic, cooking, travel, work, in categorized groups. This way, when you talk about that topic, you have a ready vocabulary bank. Immersion. Surround yourself with the language. Immersion means putting yourself in an environment where you have to think and act in the new language, just like little kids who are immersed in their native language environment. This creates countless opportunities to interact with the language and a real need to use it. How to experience immersion. Real immersion, if possible. Travel to a country where the language is spoken. This is the best way to immerse yourself fully. When everyone around you speaks the language, you have no choice but to learn. Join intensive language courses in a real environment. Some schools offer immersion programs simulating the target country environment. Virtual immersion, for everyone. Change the language on your electronic devices, phone, computer, TV, etc. This is a great start. Consume targeted media, watch movies, listen to music, follow news, read books and podcasts only in your target language. Put yourself in a language bubble. Join online language groups. There are thousands of Telegram, WhatsApp, Discord groups and forums where you can participate. Connect with native speakers, find native friends via social media or conversation platforms and talk with them. Memory techniques for better retention. To make everything you learn stick forever, you must use your memory skills to the fullest. Association and visual encoding. When you learn a new word, create a funny image or a short story in your mind. For example, for the word apple, imagine a big red apple with a giant mustache. Use visual examples and storytelling. The more mental connections you build, the better you remember. Active use of language. Remember, active use is the mother of learning. Every time you use a word in a real sentence, you build a new neural pathway in your brain that helps fix that word permanently. Key tips for sustainable success. Keep going, even when it's hard. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. To reach the finish line, you need strategy and persistence. Consistency. Practicing a little every day beats doing a lot once a week. Even 10 to 15 minutes daily can work wonders. Patience and embracing mistakes. Making mistakes is part of the process. Don't be afraid of them. They're your teachers. Every mistake is a new learning opportunity. Variety of resources. Don't limit yourself to one book or app. Use movies, songs, books, podcasts, news, social media and any fun resource you can find. Tracking progress. Keep a journal and write down your progress, for example, how many new words you learned or how many minutes you spoke today. Seeing progress motivates you. Small, realistic goals. Instead of saying, I want to be fluent in 3 months, say, I want to learn 10 new words and watch one subtitled movie this week. Emotions and motivation. Build an emotional connection with the language. Think about the doors learning this language will open: travel, new friends, job opportunities. Getting feedback. Ask teachers, friends, or language partners to give you feedback. Knowing where you need improvement helps a lot. Conclusion. Live the language, don't just memorize it. Real and lasting language learning happens only through the continuous combination of quality input and active output. These are like healthy food and regular exercise for your brain. Input is the food for your mind and soul, output is the exercise that strengthens your mind. Only by combining both can you achieve a well-trained mind and true fluency. With the techniques we covered in this video, you can really live the language, not just memorize it. Every day, even a small step takes you closer to the fluency you dream of. Now it's your turn. Try one of the input or output techniques today and share your results in the comments. If this video helped you, please like it, leave a small comment and subscribe to our channel so we can progress toward fluency together. If you have any questions or points to discuss, definitely write them in the comments so I can help more.